ನೀವು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹಿಂದೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಬಿಜಾಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇಂತಹ ಘಟನೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು.
ಈಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಕಾನೂನುಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಿಯಮಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಗಿಗೊಳಿಸಿ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಂಥದ್ದು ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಹಾಗೂ ಖಾಸಗಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜನ ಏನಾದರೆ ನಾವು ಅವರನ್ನು ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಕ ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳು ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಅನುಭವಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಖಾಸಗಿಯಾದ ಅನುಭವಗಳು ಬಂದರೂ ಸಹ ರೈತಾಪಿ ವರ್ಗ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ತತ್ಕ್ಷಣವೇ ನೀವುಗಳು ಏನಾದರೂ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಸಿದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಹಾಕುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಇಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಸೈಜಿನ ಕಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಇಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೀವಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪಾಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಸಹ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಯಮಗಳನ್ನು ಅನುಸಾರ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಮಾಡದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವೀಗ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತ ಇದು ಒಂದಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತದವರು ಕೂಡ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಆದಂಥ ಘಟನೆಯ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆದು ಸಭೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸಹ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದು ನಗರಸಭಾ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪುರಸಭಾ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದೇ ಇಲಾಖೆಗಳಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ಲಿನ ಗಂಗಾ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಆ ಥರದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ತತ್ಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮುಚ್ಚತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸೇಫ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಕಾರವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಮೇಡಮ್, ನೀವು ಬಾಗಲಕೋಟೆ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯವರು ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಮತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಸಚಿವರು 3 ದಿನದ ನಂತರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನೆ KDP ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಬೀದರ್ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಆಡಳಿತದ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ CEO ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ನಾನು ನಿರಂತರ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದಲ್ಲೂ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ನಿನ್ನೆ KDP ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ರಾತ್ರಿ 2 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಈಗ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಮೇಡಮ್, ಈ ಒಂದು ಘಟನಾ ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡೋದು ತಡ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ?
ಈಗ ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಬಂದು
Well, in fact, that was Women and Child Welfare Minister Umar Shri, who went on to state that it is indeed a sad moment that one wrong move, one wrong decision has now almost cost the life of a little child, as the little child has been stuck there for 2 days now. And she also went on to request people to not keep such abandoned borewells open. She also clarified that the man in question, Timmana's father, who had got this borewell dug, was in the hope that probably the water will percolate through this borewell and there will be some sort of water that they will manage to access in the drier months, and that's the reason why he kept it open. But things completely worked against their favor, and they have now let their child battle death almost 160 feet below ground. It is truly a very, very tough time for the family members, but the rescue officials are doing all they can in their capacity to save the little girl. On the other hand, Manikandan, the man with the robot that has been designed to lift the child out of such a situation, has left Bengaluru and is on his way to Bagalkote. Initial reports suggested that he could reach Bagalkote by about 3 p.m. and probably employ his robot to rescue the little child. Until this morning, Manjegowda's robot was being used, but the robot that has been designed for Manjegowda couldn't exactly help in the situation, probably made even matters worse by dumping debris on the child. We'll slip into a short break now, but stay tuned, we'll be right back.
ಫೆವಿಕಾಲ್ ಮರೀನ್, ಅದೇ ಬಲಿಷ್ಠ ಜೋಡಣೆ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲೂ.
ग्राफिक डिजाइनर की लाइफलाइन होती है डाउनलोड्स, लेकिन मशीन में यूजलेस फाइल्स और एप्स भरे हो तो लाइफ स्लो, पर आई एम सॉर्टेड. कैसे? ऐसे.
Quick Heal Total Security with PC Tuner. Quick Heal Total Security.
Well, the big story that we're tracking this hour, the borewell horror from Bagalkote, where prayers are flowing in for 6-year-old Timmanna to be rescued from his ordeal. It has been now over close to 2 days since he has been stuck inside this 160-foot deep borewell, and he has almost stopped responding to the officials. His hand was spotted in one of the camera footages. In fact, that you can see it right on top of your television screens, where his little hand is seen amongst the debris, but there is absolutely no movement. And also the child has not responded since yesterday.
ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗು ಅಚಾನಕ್ ಬಿದ್ದು ಹೋಗಿದೆ.
Umashri, who is the Women and Child Welfare Minister, has also arrived at the spot along with other officials, and they have been personally inspecting the progress in the rescue operations. And people are just hoping now that Timmanna is holding it up till the rescue officials reach him. Timmanna has been stuck inside since Sunday afternoon. Help arrived, but it has not done much so far, as the parallel digging is taking time, considering the depth at which Timmanna is stuck is a whopping 160 feet. And that's the reason why, despite digging for almost 2 days now, the officials have at least 60 to 70 more feet to go, as they will need to dig further, and then they will have to dig a horizontal trench which will enable them to reach the borewell. Then they will have to install a plank and then rescue the child, but it is a long process. It could take at least a day from now, as the situation could get a lot tougher if the terrain changes, and if there are hard rocks that they will encounter, that they will have to break and then move the hard rocks and then proceed further. So it is tough days ahead for little Timmanna, but he will have to hold it till the rescue officials reach him. For now, there is no response from his end. Despite the fact that oxygen is being provided, it is not clear if the oxygen is reaching the little child. From the camera footage, we can see that there is a lot of debris on the child, and the area is too constricted for the child to even move a little bit. If he has fallen straight down, if his one hand is up, we do not know what his position is, whether the debris has actually pressed against his chest, whether he is able to move, whether he is in a semi-conscious state. Now, these are the questions that have been raised, but we do not know anything about Timmanna's condition at the moment. What the rescue officials, the family members, well-wishers, in fact the entire state is hoping that Timmanna will emerge unscathed from this entire ordeal that he is being made to undergo for no fault of his.
ಮೇಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಸಂತೋಷದಾಯಕ ಸಂಗತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತ, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾಸಕರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಉಸ್ತುವಾರಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು, ಸರ್ಕಾರ.
Well, moving on to some other news now. The CEO of an education gaming company in Koramangala is reported to have tried to sexually molest one of his female employees. The incident took place on the 30th of July in the company's elevator after lunch. The employee had gone for lunch along with the CEO, identified as Janardhan Gupta. The employee had filed a complaint with the company. However, as no appropriate response was forthcoming, a formal complaint was lodged by the employee with the HSR layout police. Well, this is where the lunch takes place, and after which they went to the elevator section where the accused is said to have physically abused her. The incident took place on the 30th of July when they had gone for lunch. Even as the entire city of Bengaluru is raising a cry against sexual harassment of little children as well as women, here is another case where a woman was allegedly molested at a hotel in HSR layout by her own boss, by the CEO of the company where she worked. The company is Clap. It deals with edutainment, and Janardhan Gupta, the accused here, is the CEO of the company. He was along with his employee on lunch, but when they were returning after lunch inside the elevator, it is said that Janardhan Gupta misbehaved with the victim, tried to kiss her and tried to touch her inappropriately, and now the woman immediately complained to the company about it, but the company was not forthcoming, considering that the man in question was their CEO, and now she has filed a police complaint against the man in question, Janardhan Gupta, with the HSR Layout Police. Well, this is the elevator in question where the alleged incident seems to have taken place, whether there is a CCTV camera fitted to this elevator, whether it has captured that gruesome act, that abusive act, is something that the police will have to find out at the moment. But what we bring to you are the scenes of from where the crime took place. This is the restaurant where they had gone out for lunch, and on their way back inside the elevator, the CEO of the private company has misbehaved with his female employee. This female employee was not the one to keep quiet. She complained to the company itself, but the company did not really react in the most favorable manner. In fact, Janardhan Gupta was almost scot-free despite the company knowing the kind of misbehavior that he had indulged in. But now an official complaint has been registered with the HSR Layout Police, who will initiate investigations. Quite a shameful act indeed. Bengaluru is known as the city for entrepreneurs. Bengaluru is known as the city for any business people. People come here in search of jobs. People come here in search of their future. But if such is the case of women's safety, then certainly questions will be raised on Bengaluru. Well, my colleague Deepak joins us with more details on this. Well, Deepak, what more can you tell us?
Well, as of now, we're just reaching the police station here. The DCP is expected to arrive here anytime and give us a clarity on what exactly is happening and what the status of the person, Janardhan Gupta. Now, he's the person accused of sexually harassing or abusing this particular employee of the same company. Now, they both are employees of this company called CLAP. Now, this company mainly into information technology and services. They make apps for kids, mainly kids education-based apps. That's what the company does. Now, this company is quite well known in the city and in the Android and the Apple market, Nishita. Now, quite a reputed company, and the CEO of this company going on to do something that is quite a big question mark is being raised. Now, the police are right now looking out for him. They will be today trying their best to make sure that this person is arrested, at least for questioning. So we will have to wait and watch what turns out. For now, what do we know is that on the 30th, when the company did go out on an outing, it was a company-based outing. This was when during the lunchtime an incident has taken place. So this is what is reported to the police. So we'll have to wait and watch the police manage nabbing him today.
Right, and also it is quite commendable that the woman has spoken up, but the company refused to take action. So will there be, is the case registered against the company as well? Will the company be pulled up for not being responsive?
It's a good thing that you pointed out something like this, because it becomes the director of the company to actually come forward and help its employee. But here, once again, that we notice it's the CEO of the company. So we do not know how much of a role the company can play when the CEO.
Well, we thank you, Deepak, for joining us and giving us all those details. Well, there we have it. Yet another case of sexual assault that has been reported from Bengaluru, where a woman has gone on to complain that she was sexually assaulted by her own boss, the CEO of the company where she worked, and the incident took place at a restaurant in HSR Layout where they had gone for lunch. The company is located in Jaksandra near Kormangla, which is also very close to HSR Layout. She had gone for lunch with the CEO, and on the way back from lunch in the elevator is when Janardhan Gupta, the CEO, misbehaved with her, kissed her and touched her inappropriately. She complained to the company HR, but there was no response, after which she decided to approach the police officials, and now a case has been registered at the HSR Layout Police.